Good morning is right. Welcome to Wake Up Real Estate for Texting and Traffic Tuesday. Texting and Traffic Tuesday. This was Richie. Morning. My Facebook ad I ran is doing nothing. Got like one very low budget rented. Richie, I'm going to scald you here for a minute, Richie. I have promised you over and over that I'd be happy to help your ads actually work, because you have mentioned to me many times, and there is literally not not a market and not a person that we've ever helped that we haven't been able to get them predictable, substantial, tangible results. So
with Facebook ads, Facebook ads especially, we've tried everything.
Yeah, I can virtually guarantee, Richie, within seconds of looking at whatever's running now, we can assess the problem and give you an alternate solution.
And
or
in the spirit of Traffic Tuesday, if you do want to drop it, maybe drop it either in the comments or in the Facebook group. I mean, we can look at it live, but or we can do it off the show if you want.
Yeah, Richie, just hit me up. Hit me up. We're happy to help. All right, so that was unplanned what Richie commented, so I wanted to address that. So we're going to do texting. We got a text script. It's a good one. It's a Ryan script, a Ryan special that continues to work really well. We've shared it before, but the good ones get shared more than once because they're good and they work. And then we're going to show a little traffic how to, specifically boosting a post on your personal Facebook profile. This is something that came up on the show, I don't know, in November or December, that I realized that you could do that, much to Ryan's surprise at the time anyway. And so I'll just show you how simple and easy it is to do that. And we'll talk about why. Like, why would you want to do that as well? It might be obvious to some, but maybe not all. So got that teed up for you. Ryan, do you have a social post today of the day to kick off the party?
Yeah, we've seen these out there before. I don't know if any agents are doing this right now, but there was an insurance guy in my LinkedIn feed who was who was going this route. And I think it's fun and funny, but basically the idea here is you start with the conspiracy theory around what Taylor is saying to Travis there in the picture. And then the punchline is, we should really buy a home in XYZ area, and we've got to use this specific agent. So you guys can read that on the screen if you want to swipe it. I actually posted it into the Wake Up Real Estate Facebook group, so you can just go there and copy and change out my name and stuff in the post.
If you're listening on, if you've got audio only, it is a reason for you to go and find the video or go join the Wake Up Real Estate Facebook group. And I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not even going to fill in, like, if you missed what Ryan said, I'm not even going to fill it in. That's a tease for you to go and find it and find, come up with some creative. You could obviously use it as is, but you could find some creative ways to use it as well.
I rewrote the one that the insurance guy had to just write it in your own way. But I've seen other people do this. It's basically the, like, what are they saying to each other? And the punchline is, you got to use this business owner. So.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a good meme to rip off. Okay, so I want to share the text script first. Yep. It is a text script that Ryan wrote.
I did.
Maybe not originally. None of this stuff we share is like original, right? At this point, everything is taken from someone who took it from someone who took it from someone who took it from someone. So where it originated, who knows? But how we started using it was in our automated follow-up on the mortgage and financing side. And we found that it works so well that all of you should use it, because it's a great sifting and sorting question. In other words, it's a great way to find those that are closer to the finish line or further down the funnel in their home buying process, So let me share my screen here. Bear with me. I thought I had done that yet, or I've done that already, but apparently not yet. So here we go. It is our mortgage pre-approval letter texting Wednesday. I don't know why it says texting Wednesday.
We must have been late that week.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, but we'll edit that. Here's the actual script, though. Morning. or afternoon or evening, whenever you're sending. Just curious, do you need a mortgage pre-approval letter, or are you not that far along in the process yet? Let us know. Thanks. Okay. It is very direct, and yet, because of the way Ryan wrote it, it's also soft in the sense that like they have an easy out, right? Do you need a mortgage pre-approval letter, or are you not that far along in the process yet? And because of that, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, sorry that we're lagging a little, but I think part of the people don't want to be rude and ignore your text. So you're giving them the opportunity to not be rude, but also give you a negative answer. So,
and in reality, more people will say not that far along in the process yet, and that's fine. It gives you an opportunity to ask more questions, to clarify what their time frame is, what their motivation is, where they're looking to buy, what they're looking to buy, et cetera, et cetera. And once they tell you their life story or their home buying story, they're less likely to tell others, which means they're your client to lose. And also, some of them will say, yes, I do. And now you've got somebody who's ready, willing, and able. And you can refer them to us if you'd like. We can even build you a co-branded, I think I have an example here. We can build you a co-branded application link where they can go and create a free account and apply. And it is co-branded to you and myself or Maria or Jordan on the team. I'm not sure why this doesn't want to load up for me here. My vanity domain doesn't want to work. We can set that up for you. All you have to do is ask. Well, that's not good. I don't know why it's can't be reached. But here, I'll give you an example of a different one. It just looks like this. They can create a free account. And when we build them for you, co-branded, it would have my information or Maria or Jordan's, and it would also have your information, your profile picture. And you know what? I'm going to try one more.
Yeah, it worked for me. It worked for me. I think it was just a blip.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, we can create that for you, or you can just refer them to us, or, you know, your preferred lender or mortgage professional of choice. Point is, this is a wonderful sifting and sorting question, and it will also create lots of additional conversations, opportunities for you with people that aren't quite ready yet, right? They're not that far along in the process yet, but they are interested in buying at some point, maybe in the springtime or the summertime or even next fall, whatever the case may be. You're able to gauge their motivation, gauge their time frame, find out more about what they're looking for in a home, what school districts or areas they're looking to buy in, and then you can add that information and those notes to your CRM. You can update their search alerts or their the settings in your MLS, however you have that set up, and it's a way to sort of put a fence around that potential client and make sure that or help to ensure that when the motivation hits that tipping point, they're going to work with you and not someone else, as long as you don't screw it up. So that you can find in the description wherever you're watching this video. You can also find it at wakeup.realestate. And you can get that text script and all of our scripts that we share each and every week, as well as some other great free mini courses and lead capture pages, etc. Wakeup.realestate. Wakeup.realestate. Richie has a good question. Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was gonna. You can also repurpose that text to not be mortgage. It could just say, or are would you like a hand-picked list of properties, or are you not that far along in the process yet? Would you like a hand-prepared custom CMA for your home value? And Richie's question is, who are you sending this text to? Buyer leads or entire SOI? Josh, I'll let you handle that one.
Yeah, Richie, we're sending this to the leads that you're not currently getting because your ads aren't working.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah. So Josh in particular, Josh, you run a lot of traffic through Facebook ads to get people top of funnel coming in at a low dollar per lead. So a lot of those leads aren't very immediately responsive. So Josh will send this text to his whole database to try to sift people out. I'm a big fan of taking scripts like that and just dropping them into drip campaigns.
Yeah.
for any buyer lead. Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily send it to your SOI or your past clients unless they've done something to indicate that they're back in the market. This is more for buyer leads, right? They opted in on Facebook or Instagram or on Google requesting a free list of new construction homes or recently price reduced homes or waterfront properties or starter homes or investment properties or fixer up or whatever it is. They've opted in or zero down homes. We had a campaign that was cranking for quite a while, offering a list of Perry County zero down homes, right? Homes that would qualify geographically for USDA financing, i.e. zero down. So I think that's what it's, that's who it's best suited towards is those type of buyer leads, right? People that you have on search alerts for some reason or another, right? They've done something that, that got them in there for some reason or another. And some of you may have tens of those leads. Some of you may have hundreds. Some of you may have thousands. What I can tell you is, don't let, how do I want to frame this? If it's a small number, send it 1-to-1. Actually deliver this personally 1-to-1. If you have in the hundreds or thousands, you can do batched broadcast messages. And though this is quote unquote texting Tuesday, and this is quote unquote a text script, it works great as an email as well. And the subject line very simply could be quick question, Richie, and then morning, Richie, and you ask the question, right? In that document, you will see some example responses and text exchanges as well. So how you can transition or pivot the conversation, or what follow-up questions to ask once folks start to engage. Ernest asks, what scripts are you using for home valuations on your website? What script are you using? For me, Ernest? So I have iList integrated. Is that what you mean? I think that's maybe what you mean.
Yeah, probably.
iList,
what are we using? Yeah.
Yeah. So iList, they can install or integrate with KV Core or Lofty and some of the other. There's a bunch that it can be directly integrated into the site. It also is a standalone site, and they've made some updates and upgrades, which I talked about on Thursdays. Last Thursday on our live stream, I talked about some of those updates and upgrades that they've made, and you can check out a free trial with iList at growwithjosh.com/iList. growwithjosh.com/iList. Ernest also asked, what's your strategy when they don't leave an email or phone? Getting a lot of success on attempts from Google home value ads. So, Ernest, I think what you're asking is address only. You're getting address only leads. We have an entire, I guess you'd call it SOP for that. So you can email Mike, or anyone interested can email Mike. It's a combination of skip tracing and direct mail, right? So we skip trace to see if we can find or append data, which iList makes extremely easy. It's all integrated. You literally click a button and it skip traces. Now, that said, the skip trace data isn't always accurate. In other words, you'll get some bad emails or bad numbers, etc. But then we will manually, once we if that happens, we have strategies for manually going and finding other data like True People Search, that's them, Remine, etc. And then we add all of those to the direct mail follow-up that we talked about. Ryan, did we talk about that? I talked about that on the iList.
On Monday.
I was on the iList Mastermind on Thursday, which, by the way, we are going to edit that and add that to our channel here later this week. And that'll get added to the Wake Up Real Estate site as well. So we'll add them to that. And then Ernest, texting script, number one, to me, what we typically do is a text bump to an email delivering the value. So homeowner goes and inserts their address, and then they disappear, right? If we go and append the data and we get an email and what appears to be a good phone number that is not on the DNC, we send an email with the home valuations and a bump text that says, hey, Ernest, we just emailed you. I forget the exact script, but we have it in an SOP for everybody. You don't have to rethink it, but it's something along the lines. We just emailed you some information about the value of your property at blank address. Did you get it? Question mark, right? To make sure that they get it. I think Joe at iList calls that just like a bump text. I hope that helps, Ernest. And for Ernest or anyone else curious about that, we do have all of this documented, the direct mail follow-up and the process by which we append data, and then the follow-up emails and text scripts, etc., that we're using for that. And we'll give you any and all of that. And Ryan has.
Yeah, I just want to show the drip campaign that you and Mike put together in Thanks.io. It's pretty awesome, but you're hitting both your address onlys and your full lead datas with these, right?
Exactly.
With the series of mail. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
these could be address onlys or, address plus, right? It's anyone who at least enters their address requesting a home valuation.
Josh,
Richie asks, how do we get all that info? I would love to look it all over. Go to wakeup.realestate and use the chat widget bottom right, or just email Mike@growwithjosh. Mike@growwithjosh. It's somewhere on the site. I don't know. It's probably just easier to ask Mike.
Yeah, and you can try the search function. Josh, are you retargeting your seller leads with digital?
Course. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be the other way, Ernest. Which Ernest can do all this stuff.
Yeah. So and three offers in particular for retargeting, which, by the way, is also what the direct mail rotation is. Pretty much updated home value, right, where they come back and look at their value or their with iList. You're offering 4 unique automated valuation
opinions of value.
Yeah, automated opinions of value. So that's one. Number 2 is instant access to multiple cash offers. Number 3, at least for me, we'll talk about some unique programs like our buy before you sell program.
And then you've got you're running retargeting ads around refinancing, which is similar to the buy before you sell.
That is.
And then another one, Josh, we always forget about. I don't know if you're doing it. Is you want those seller leads? It makes sense to hit them with buy side offers for investment properties in your retargeting and with your postcards. So a list of multi-unit properties with potential for cash flow might be the wording you use in an ad like that, because they will respond to that as well.
Or if you are. Maybe you're somehow strategically targeting. I'm just trying to come up with another example. Like you're strategically targeting an audience that is a likely downsizer. In other words, you use PropStream, you pull a list of folks that have owned their home for 20 plus years or 25 plus years, and it's a 2-story home. And maybe you're using direct mail to get the initial engagement, right? That's how you're generating a quote unquote lead. Well, then retargeting those or remarketing to those with homes that would be, single story maintenance free homes, or homes in active 55 plus communities, right? And marrying those together with the audience to, that's like a 2-pronged approach, right? And I have a training class that I do around baby boomers. I call it like the carrot and the stick, right? Because the carrot is, the excitement over the new property. The stick is the pain of selling the existing one, because no one, unless you're kind of a weirdo, you don't get excited about selling your current home, right? It's like, it's a pain versus pleasure experience, right? Can we help a buyer with the buy before you sell in Oklahoma? By golly, we can, Charla. So just let me know, or you can email Mike and he'll make sure to connect us. Absolutely. The buy before you sell is available in Oklahoma and we're licensed there. And we would love the opportunity to help them. Okay. We promised some traffic. So
well, that was all traffic. Yeah. Let's
I mean, it kind of was, but we promised something specifically that I do want to share. Again.
Yes.
So let me make sure I have the right thing pulled up before I share my screen. I want to
I'm glad you did your homework on this because I meant to and I didn't even learn how to do it. So teach me.
Yeah. Well, it's really quite easy. Okay. It's quite easy. So let me run. There we go. I think it's quite easy. I don't know when this happened, when this change occurred. I do know that, I mean, years and years and years ago, you could do this. And then there was a many year stretch where you could not, which is boost a post on your personal profile. Okay. Boost a post on your personal profile. So this is my personal profile. Okay. Facebook.com/Josh.Schoenly. I don't know how I didn't get just Josh. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. And so this is my personal profile. And this is a short, a Facebook reel. This is a Facebook reel that I posted to my personal profile yesterday using what we've outlined. There's a mini course at wakeup.realestate for free on how, the ways that I create this content and edit this content and post this content, etc. So it's all there for you if you want to try and R&D something like this. But this is just a reel that I posted to my personal profile yesterday. Incidentally, when I posted it, I also shared it to my story to make sure that it gets maximum eyeballs. But what I can also do is right down here, I can boost a post. I can boost this post just like boosting a post on my business page. Now, of course, it's going to give me a hard time because apparently I used music in the reel that was licensed music. So it's not going to let me boost this one. But
Josh,
there are others that I can boost. So I'll show that in a second here. Go ahead, Ryan.
I don't have a button. Does it need to be a certain type of post? Or do I need to be a creator?
So I was wondering if this was going to happen. Here's what I'm wondering if that is. It is possible. It is possible that only is if you have, I'm trying to find, I want to find the setting. There might be a setting that you have to edit on your personal profile settings here. So hold on. I'm gonna share my screen again. There we go. So, what did I do? Can you see it? Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't see. I don't see.
You don't see my screen?
No, I do.
Okay. So, I think because I have professional mode turned on, maybe that's why.
How did you do that?
So, if I go top right, account, go to settings and privacy, go to settings, and then audience and visibility. If you tap on professional mode, I don't know, is that turned on for you or maybe not?
I don't have the option. You're more professional than I am, though.
I wonder. Now we're going to have to do some recon and figure out why that is. Because,
it could be, aren't you in there like creator program or something like that?
Yeah, maybe that's why. But I don't remember how I did that. The other workaround, I think, now, I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm not recommending that you do this. But I think if you pay for the Meta verified tag, you will then have that option as well.
Okay.
It's $11.99 per month. Okay. So again, I'm not recommending that you need to do that or that you should do it. I'm not.
Well,
I'm just. Go ahead.
Let's talk about what the advantages might be to doing this versus just using a business page that's branded to you. Yeah.
Perfect. Right. So I'm not suggesting that you should boost every post on your personal profile. Absolutely not. But strategically boosting one a month or twice a month to just remind all of your personal friends, quote unquote, personal Facebook friends, that you're in the business it's just another way to create or maintain top of mind awareness with that audience. And let's face it, that is some of the easiest business you can get when that business is available. In other words, when they're in market, people that know, like, and trust you, or at a minimum know of you at least, is an advantage over people that you don't know at all, right? People that you've just added to your database because of advertising or marketing strategies. So
Okay.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah. Here. Sorry to interrupt. I was trying to figure out why
Yeah,
we
no,
was
go
on all
ahead.
this.
Because if others don't have that either, it's going to be helpful.
So it's this little 3 dots under here. So go to your main profile. I think you can click on your picture to get there, right? Whatever your main URL is. Click these 3 dots under the edit profile. And for me, it's right here. Now, Facebook and Meta, they're infamous for just testing different things on different users. So if yours isn't there, but here we go. So I think you're right, Josh, that turning this on will probably let us run ads for ourselves. And I like where you're going is kind of like you want more people to know that you're in the business. And the problem with Facebook's algorithm is if I post something now of the 3,000 or 4,000 people, 2,600 people who I'm connected with on Facebook, how many are going to see it? Like the impression reach is like 30, 50.
Yeah.
But for how much, what's this going to cost, Josh? Like $5 a day, I can get almost all those people to see what I posted.
Probably $1 a day for a week. And you'll get, maybe not everybody sees it, but significantly more. Now
I can boost.
The alternative is regularly posting and posting content that generates engagement.
Nah, too hard.
Right. Well, that's the point, right? Like if you don't want to do that, this is a simple workaround that is low cost that will accomplish a similar end result, or do both, right? You could do both as well. But again, I don't think you want to quote unquote spam your Facebook friends with with a constant stream of boosted posts that are very salesy in nature. But I think strategically doing this once or twice a month with interesting stuff. For example, the post that I boosted that made me aware that I could do this, and I think I mentioned on the show, which is what Ryan was like, "Oh, I didn't know you could do that," was a blog post about the best Christmas lights displays in Central PA. It was in no way, shape, or form salesy, right? And it got tons of engagement for like, I don't know, I spent like $10 on it or something like that. It might not have even been $10.
So I'm doing this. I'm doing this on the screen, guys, as Josh is talking.
Yep.
This is cool. I mean, you could have people directly call you. I'm sitting here thinking in the back of my head, why would I ever not do this when I'm running a Facebook ad? I mean, there's reasons why, but yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, especially if here's what I would again, I'm not suggesting you should do this with all of them, but when you when you create something or you find a message, a script, an offer that resonates, that's like, that's the market telling you should do this. So for example, you create a short form video and you post it on TikTok and your your Facebook business page and wherever else, and it gets engagement, well, it's kind of obvious. Like, why would I not want more people to see that? That would be one that would be an easy sort of no-brainer. Go and do that as well. So Ryan has been showing this here, and because this is such a visual strategy, what I'm going to do is I'll record a standalone tutorial, including, at least for from what I can tell, where you can turn on the professional mode to turn that function on. Yeah. And then I'll boost one of my posts and I'll talk through all of the different options, because you can add a button to your post, and there are different buttons. You can have a call now button. You can send people to a specific URL. You can add a send message button, and they'll send you a DM. You can choose the audience. It could just be your Facebook friends, quote unquote. It could be friends of friends.
People who follow your profile and people similar to them. So thinking about your sphere of influence is kind of a way to hack into everybody else's
100%. And so I'm friends with Ryan, but I don't personally know Ryan's cousin. But Ryan's cousin sees that and then sees, oh, Josh is friends with Ryan. He must be an okay guy, right? So you're tapping into your network's network, right? You're getting into the 6 degrees of separation, Kevin Bacon style, right? So I will document that, and we'll add that to the channel and wakeup.realestate, etc. And I'll do that like today, probably as soon as we're wrapped up. George asked a question. Go ahead, Ryan.
Well, there's no way, George. I'm really sorry, but I have a funny story around this. You guys, we can't get Facebook support. It's a nightmare. You can try. They'll eventually, in a couple of months, get back to you, or maybe in a couple of weeks. Funny story about this. My son was having an issue with Amazon or something, and my wife told him to call Jeff Bezos, and she gave him a fake number. Well, Charlie called Jeff. So my response, George, is call Mark Zuckerberg. She gave him a number. He called this woman and was having like a full-on conversation with her. It's just like a fake number.
George's question is this: is there a phone number or support email for Facebook? My marketplace ad hasn't been available, showing since last Tuesday. Unfortunately, it is very hard to get support. There are email addresses. There are you can through the chat. I know for me, when my that's my personal cell phone, for anyone wondering. When my marketplace, like, there was a while that I was banned from marketplace altogether, and I'm not suggesting that's what happened to you, George, but if it did, there's like a what's the word I'm looking for? There's a request for review that you can submit. And I did those requests every 3 to 6 months for like 3 years. And they finally said, okay, you can have it back. But I have also had my marketplace, like it disappears for a week and then it's back. It's because, at least I think it's probably because something that Ryan already mentioned, they're always like playing around with stuff and testing, what happens if we put a button here versus having the button here, and what happens, they're always.
I lost an account because I had an image of a meme that had unsavory content on another user profile's account, and you just reuse that meme. So I'm going to say, just a PSA, guys, you guys are all getting those page notifications from the scammers, like your page is going to be disabled. I had a friend who is pretty savvy fall for that, and responded and lost his Facebook account. So just ignore those. I get like 1 or 2 a day.
That's a great point. If you're marketing, if you do a lot on Facebook and Instagram, you get way more of them. And I see these from time to time. People ask in groups, like, is this real? No. And the easy way, or I don't know, there's probably several easy ways to tell if it's real. But if it's an email notification, look at the actual email address it's coming from. And usually it's like, FB notifications, blah, 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 @gmail.com or something like that. That is clearly and obviously not coming from Facebook. It's coming from someone who's just trying to, do something unsavory. I don't even know. I don't understand the point of it. But nonetheless, it's the world we live in. Charla asked, you think you should just keep it in professional mode? I would. Now, I'm not suggesting that any of you have to do this if you want to sell more real estate or if you're an LO, close more loans. But the reality is, if you're in that business, it probably does make sense to have it in professional mode because you are a professional, right? But if that is just, something you're not willing to do, there's plenty of other ways to get business. It's okay. You can just run everything and do things through your actual business page. That's totally fine. It's just that for many of you, like I have a lot of followers and quote unquote friends on my Facebook profile. It's because I've been doing this kind of stuff for years and years and years, and a lot of them are real estate agents. So when I make a short form video about self-employed mortgage and financing options, it makes sense that I would want more of them to see it, right? So for me, that makes sense, but it might not make sense for everybody. By the way, since I brought it up, Jordan and I are doing a deep dive session on mortgage options for self-employed business owners and freelance workers. We talked a little bit about it on yesterday's show. 12:30 Eastern today, 12:30 Eastern. We normally do them at 1, but I have a conflict. So 12:30 Eastern today. You can join us. We'll hop on Zoom. The link was in the reminder email this morning. I think it's growwithjosh.com. I don't remember what the URL is. Email Mike if you want to join us.
Yeah, I can find it.
And if you can't make it live, we're gonna put it later today. It'll be on the YouTube channel, or first thing in the morning. It'll be on the YouTube channel. It'll be uploaded to the site at wakeup.realestate. But if you want to join us live, just use the chat widget or email Mike, or just email me. I'll give you the link. Tomorrow, what's working Wednesday? We'll have to come up with some good stuff there. Who's got something that's working for them? Hit us up. Let us know. And then we have our mastermind tomorrow as well at 1 Eastern. wakeup.realestate/MM. Let's see here. You can still hide stuff with professional dashboards. So you still have the ability to, you can be strategic on what people or who in your audience sees what, right? So you do still have some control over that. Try door knocking. Mark, you don't know Ryan and I well enough. That is the lowest thing on our list. I think that was a joke, but so if you're posting personal stuff, you can create an audience so public still cannot see it. Yeah, there you go. Right. You can actually so you can segment your friends on Facebook to one, your actual real, high school, college friends, etc. Yeah, you can get strategic with it. Anyway, text script, some traffic talk tomorrow. What's working Wednesday? Hope you can join Jordan and I later in about 2 hours at 12:30 for mortgage options for self-employed business owners like us here and freelance workers. We'll do a deep dive on that. You can bring your scenarios, bring your questions, bring possible clients if you want. And if we don't see you then, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place.
See you guys.
Thanks, Ryan.